Hey, what's up everyone, CTNtechnologynews here, and today I'm doing one more video on the Surface Pro 4. I actually just wanted to test the performance of Microsoft's Hybrid running a couple different games. So the Surface Pro 4 is obviously not as good as the Surface Book, which is Microsoft's first true laptop, and the major problem for the Surface Pro is that it doesn't have a dedicated GPU. It actually just has an inbuilt GPU in the Intel processor. That is good enough for some casual or maybe even some moderate gaming, but it's not going to get you through a game like Far Cry 4 or Dragon Age Inquisition, which are pretty graphically demanding. I should also mention that the Surface Pro 4 model I have is the base model. It's got the Intel Core M3 processor, 4GB of RAM, and 128GB of solid-state storage, which also aren't really gaming specs. You can get the Surface Pro 4 with up to 16GB of RAM and an Intel Core i7 processor, but for this video, I just wanted to show you what the lowest end Surface Pro 4 is capable of, so you have an idea of the minimum you'll be getting. So the first game I wanted to test out on the Surface Pro 4 was the original Portal game, which isn't too demanding on the CPU or the GPU. That is a good thing because, getting back to what I was just saying, the Pro 4 model that I have has the Intel HD Graphics 515, which is a pretty low-end integrated graphics unit. It's found in the Core M series of the Skylake generation. According to Intel, it's up to 41% faster than the previous Broadwell chips, but it's really only going to handle simple games with decent frame rates. One thing I have noticed with the 515 is that when I have a bunch of different programs open, or when I'm doing something slightly more demanding, it can actually crash for a couple seconds and the screen will turn off and then everything will come back on, but it's just a bit of an inconvenience that might get in the way of more serious gaming. I mean, obviously the Surface Pro 4 isn't intended to be a gaming device. Gaming is just something that it does on the sidelines, and the Core M chip is a lot better than what you'll find in most tablets or even low-end hybrids, so I do have to give the Surface Pro 4 credit where credit is due. I didn't get any lag or frame rate drops while playing Portal on the Surface Pro 4, and that's definitely a good start. Now, the next game I tried out on the Surface Pro 4 was Halo Spartan Assault, which is available on Xbox 360, Xbox One, PCs, and mobile devices. If you haven't heard of it, it's basically a top-down third-person shooter game with about 30 different missions, but it's actually got a lot of the Halo characters, vehicles, weapons, and armor abilities, and it lets you customize your Spartan to create the perfect warrior. It's a pretty fun game, and it definitely delivers a pretty pure Halo experience, even if it is a bit scaled down. On the Surface Pro 4, I had absolutely no issues playing this game. Again, there were no frame rate drops or lag, and I had the settings pretty much dialed up to high for pretty much everything. So that's definitely another good thing, and even though this game is designed for slightly more lower powered devices, it definitely proves that the Surface Pro 4 can run the highest end mobile games available right now. But unfortunately, when it does come to slightly broader PC games, the base model of the Surface Pro 4 just really isn't up to the task. The last game I tried out on the Pro 4 was Spiral Knights, and I was planning to actually test out more games on the Pro 4, but after this game I really decided that there was no point. Spiral Knights is a game a little bit like Legend of Zelda. It's an MMORPG that was published by Sega in 2011, where you basically control a Knight of the Spiral Order and you battle through different dungeons. It's also a little bit like Diablo, and it's pretty fun to play, but it's definitely not the peak of PC gaming or anything along those lines. On the Surface Pro 4, the loading times for this game were really insanely slow. There was literally one point that I was waiting for about 10 minutes for a stage to load, and that was even after I had dialed down the settings for this game to basically their lowest points. The gameplay itself was pretty choppy as well. It definitely wasn't particularly fluid or smooth, and I really wasn't enjoying playing Spiral Knights on the Pro 4. It just wasn't a fun experience overall. It is very possible the Surface Pro 4 will perform better with a number of other different games. I would have liked the chance to try out games like Rocket League or Shadow of Mordor on the Surface Pro 4. As it was, I didn't get the chance to do that, but I definitely wouldn't expect too much out of the base model of the Pro 4. With that said, if you do pump up to the Core i5 or the Core i7 model of the Pro 4, I would definitely expect better gaming performance. Both models have slightly higher end graphics chips as well as more RAM available, which definitely should improve the gaming experience overall. But let me know if you've had a chance to use any of the models of the Surface Pro 4 in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you want to see more performance tests like this in the future, and I will see you next time.